technology?
Transportation technology, I think, is one of the most important subjects taught at this school. I know I'm biased, but our whole world depends on transportation technology networks. Everything in this school, everything in your homes was delivered by either a car, a truck, a bus, a plane, or a train. So transportation is a very wide encompassing field, and it is one of the most important areas in our modern world.
Next question. What is the most challenging part of transportation technology?
Most challenging, it's just keeping up with all the different changes in the transportation sector. Especially for me, in the automotive sector, cars develop at a breakneck pace. I've been teaching now for 10 years, and it seems like in the 10 years that I've been away from the dealership setting, that cars have just increased at a huge rate. We have self-driving cars now, cars that park themselves, electric cars, hybrid vehicles, and all of this has just really come in a big way in the last 10 years. So the change of technology, the pace of change is really tough to keep up with.
Next question. What transportation technology courses are offered here?
We offer 5 different transportation technology courses. We have an introductory level grade 10 course in which we learn about safety, hand tools, and the 4-stroke cycle engine theory of operation. Then we have a grade 11 open course where it's a vehicle ownership type of course where we go through the whole procedure of buying and purchasing a used vehicle. The other grade 11 course is a college level course where we deal with electrical fundamentals on vehicles. And then I have 2 grade 12 courses, a college level course in which we deal with a lot of the engine management systems, a lot of the high-tech sensors that run modern engines. And the other grade 12 course is a workplace course where we do things like steering, suspension, brakes, tires. So we cover a wide range of topics in those 5 different courses.
Okay, next question. Can you tell me about any transportation revolutions that you say are going to transform mobility over the next few decades?
Well, I already alluded to it in one of my earlier questions. Electric vehicles, I think, are the way of the future. There's no doubt about it. We have to get off our dependence on burning fossil fuels to move around. I think it's only a matter of time till electric vehicles become very common on our roads. The biggest challenge for that is obviously the batteries and the energy storage. If we could find a way of storing more energy, more compactly, denser energy charges in batteries that we have now, I think electric cars will really be very commonplace in the next little while.
Okay, I have a question. What about hydrogen cars?
Hydrogen cars?
Yeah.
There are many different type of hybrid vehicles, and one of them, BMW, actually has developed an engine which will burn liquid hydrogen. The problem with that is it's very dangerous because the hydrogen has to be kept under tremendous pressure, and obviously if there is an accident with the vehicle, hydrogen is one of the most reactive gases known to man, and we would have a very big explosion.
Very bad time.
So hydrogen would be the ideal fuel, because when you burn hydrogen, the only byproduct is water vapor. So if there was a way to have plentiful amounts of hydrogen, pure hydrogen, and to house and store it safely, that would be an ideal fuel.
Personal question. What about nuclear powered vehicles?
I don't think we're anywhere near that. I know that there's a lot of research and development on on nuclear fusion going on right now around the world. They're able to sustain nuclear fusion for maybe a tenth of a second. So our technology right now, as far as nuclear power goes, nuclear fusion,
But I'm talking about like into the far, far future.
into the far future, it's a possibility. But there are so many technologies that we haven't even begun to dream of or think of that may replace hydrogen, nuclear, electric, things that we haven't even dreamed possible yet.
What is the rate of employees for students who study transportation technology?
100% employment. The transportation field is one of the most, it's a huge, huge field. There are so many endless possibilities. You can end up becoming a mechanic, you can end up working in a parts store, you can end up selling cars, you could end up designing cars, being an engineer, you could end up working for the city, designing transportation technology grids and transportation networks. There are so many possibilities in the transportation field. It's, if you want to work, get into the transportation field.
Personal question.
Mm-hmm.
How do you pay? How much do they pay?
As a mechanic,
Yeah.
As a mechanic, that's a good question. We work on what's called flat rate systems. So the harder you work, the more money you make. As a mechanic, I was making between $60,000 to $75,000 a year. So it's a very well-paying job. If you work really hard, you can make six figures, over $100,000.
Is that all?
That's about it.
Yeah. Okay.